super readers. My readers, I wanted to talk to you about all the wonderful different books that we have here in the classroom that we call our old favorites, like The Kissing Hand, Bunny Cakes. How fun is this one? Oh, poor Bunny. The Carrot Seed. Oh, the Three Billy Goats Gruff, right, with that troll. The Little Engine That Could. Where the Wild Things Are. And, of course, Owl Babies. I want my mommy, right? These books are not just only fun to read and fun to share, and we're getting to know them pretty well as well. I wanted to tell you that these books that we have here in the classroom as our old favorites, they're like stars. You know the stars up in the sky? That's right. They shine brightly, and everybody in the world can see them, especially because you have them, right? Either you have them at home or here at school in your wonderful classroom. And friends, they are beautiful. They are interesting. They are great stories. They're going to help our kindergarten heart and our kindergarten brain get kindergarten smart. So I also wanted to tell you that everybody in the class knows these books, and everybody in the class is able to share these books, right, with somebody that you love. So, and the reason that we can is because we love the books. We've been reading them so much. I mean, these are just some of the best books available. And we have become experts at reading these old favorites because we read them over and over and over again. But friends, it's not just that we read them over and over again, it's also that we've been using everything that we have learned here at Reader's Workshop. It is week 9 of kindergarten. Can you believe that? We are already in the middle of October. Time has just flown by. We've been having so much fun with you and all of our books that it's like it was just yesterday that I met you, and it was just yesterday that we started looking at these books that we hold dear to our hearts. And so we can use everything that we've learned about books to apply them to our old favorites. And maybe we can even make new old favorites, right? So let's go over and review, or let's talk about what we've learned to do with books so far. So we do things like look at the cover, which is the front part of the book. That's right. This is the cover of this book. We also use our finger, or our pointer finger, to point to the words. And we recently learned that we do 1 tap per word, right? So here I would have owl babies, because there's 2 words, there's 2 taps. So we look at that title, we use our pointer finger when we read. This way we know it matches what it says on the book. We also look carefully at the whole picture when we open the book. So why would we look at the picture? Why is looking at the picture important? That's right, because that's going to help us remember. That's right, at this part, look, they're talking to each other, and this one keeps saying the same thing over and over, right? I want my mommy. Ooh, and this is when they go outside, right? That helps jog our memory. This is a great book, friends. And then we can also tell the story to match that picture. Like, for example, here, when she finally comes home. And look at how excited they are. They're flapping their little wings. And then here is when she brings them back inside, because remember they were outside. And they're not supposed to be outside. They're just babies. And so they go back inside, and she tells them how much she loves them and that she'll never leave them. And he says, I love you, Mommy. That's right. Pictures are here to help us. So today, friends, I want to show you something. We want to talk about looking carefully at our old favorites. So we're going to take our old favorites and we're going to look very carefully, just like we look carefully when we are word detectives or letter detectives, right? We're going to look carefully at these old favorites, okay? So when we read an old favorite, for example, I'm going to use the carrot seed today. And when we read an old favorite, we need to look carefully at old favorites. We need to make sure we use those images that are inside those pictures, those beautiful pictures that an illustrator took their time and effort to draw these beautiful images for us. We're going to look at them and we're going to remember, what were the characters saying? What were they saying? What were they thinking? And we're going to talk about what they were doing also. And then We might even delve into what were they feeling? How were they feeling, right? So today I'm going to take the carrot seed and we're going to read it together. But we're going to look carefully at this book. Unlike we've done before, we're going to read it and we're going to look carefully at all the pictures to see what the characters were doing and thinking, okay? All right, let's get started. So we have here the carrot seed. And remember, we look at the cover first. So on the cover, I see a little boy who's dropping a seed inside because this is the seed that is about. A little boy planted a carrot seed. Okay, so let's look at that picture. Friends, what is he doing? That's right, he's bending over because he's doing something close to the ground. And look, I see, because we're looking carefully at the old favorite, I see that he has a shovel right there. Now, why would he have a shovel? Oh, because if you notice here, you see how the ground goes straight and then, oh, it goes down and then it goes straight again? What do you think he did with that shovel? That's right, I think he took the shovel and made that little hole right there. Why? Because he's dropping the seed in there. So how do you think he's feeling? Look at his face. He has his mouth a little bit open. So, yeah, maybe he's feeling hopeful. His mother said, "I'm afraid it won't come up." So let's look at this picture. What's the mother look like? What is she doing? You notice she has her hand out? So she's offering him a little bit of advice, right? She's telling him, I'm afraid. When you're afraid of something, it's not that you're also scared, like something's scaring you, terrifying you, but it's also something like, I'm afraid for you to be disappointed, and I'm afraid your mom and parents and grandpas and people that love you, they are afraid for you to feel sad. They are afraid for you to feel disappointed. And so she might be offering a little advice saying, I am worried that you will be sad. Why? Because she says it won't come up. Oh. And the little boy, he's looking at his mother so lovingly and listening to his mom. Do you see that? They're making eye contact. Yeah, I love looking at old favorites like this. His father said, I'm afraid it won't come up. So again, look at how the little boy looks at his father. He's looking at his father with a lot of respect. And look, his eyebrows are going up. Can you do that with your eyebrows? What's going on when you do that with your eyebrows? You're kind of wondering something, right? It's kind of like, you heard something that surprised you. So I bet he's feeling surprised that his dad's telling him that. And his big brother said, it won't come up. Now, friends, big brother didn't say it as nicely as mom and dad did, right? He just straight out said it. It won't come up. And he's pointing to it. He's pointing to it because he wants brother to know that's what he's talking about. He's talking about the seed. And little boy, oh, he still looks at him with the same look that he looked at mom and dad. Why? Because he's big brother, and we need to love and respect big brothers, big sisters, right? Big cousins. Every day, the little boy pulled up the weeds around the seed and sprinkled the ground with water. So look at that picture. What is he doing? That's right, friends. He's actually on the ground, and look, he's pulling a weed. Friends, when you are taking care of a plant or a crop, you have to pull the weeds around it so that the weeds don't take away the nutrients from the plant. So he's being very careful about his carrot seed that he planted. He's taking care of it, and he's looking at it. He has his water bucket right next to him. So what did he probably do with that water bucket? That's right, the book told us that he sprinkled the ground with water. But nothing came up. What is he doing? Yeah, looks like he's just waiting. Do you think he's waiting patiently or impatiently, meaning that he has no patience? I agree with you. I think he's waiting patiently. And nothing came up. So we have another page that's telling us that our little friend here, he's very patient. He's going to wait and he's going to look at it. Everyone kept saying it wouldn't come up. So here we have Look, we have dad again, mom again, and we have little boy here, big brother. And little brother's looking at them. But he still pulled up the weeds around it every day and sprinkled the ground with water. Ooh, so he still took care of the plant. And look what he's doing. What is he doing, friends? He's still watering that plant. He's taking care of that plant. And then one day, I want you to see this image. Look at that. What's happening? The ground, parts of the ground are coming up. And he's looking at it like, his hands are out with surprise. I wonder what's gonna happen. A carrot came up. Do you see that? Friends, look at his face. Look at his hands. His hands are stretched out open because he was surprised. Do you see that? And he's looking up because look at how tall this carrot is. Wow. Just as the little boy had known it would. What's he doing? He's carrying his carrot. Remember, he took great care of his carrot. He was watering it. He pulled the weeds around it so it would grow. And look what happened. He was patient. He took care of it. He did not listen to other people. He was hopeful. And look what he did. He grew a carrot. And it was a huge carrot. It wasn't just any regular carrot. Wow, friends. I know we've read this book before, but this was a very special reading because we took the time, just like our friend here, to be patient, to look carefully, and look at the picture. We need to make sure we look at that picture to see everything that's going on, everything that the characters are doing and saying. So now that we've done that, I want you to see here, and I want you to remember that we also use the pictures to remember what happened. So if I get to a story, to a part in my book where, wait, I don't remember what happened here. But then I see mom, dad, and big brother. I already know that in the beginning, mom had told him, dad had told him, and big brother had told him that they didn't think anything was going to happen. So I remember now. I think I remember that they all come back to tell him again. That's right, because they don't want him to feel sad when there's no carrot, right? Because they don't think a carrot's going to happen. And if I forget any part of this book, I just start reading it at the beginning. And I remember the parts I remember. Oh, there's dad. There's brother. He's taking care of it, right? He's taking care of it. He's being very patient. Very, very patient. Just like you, my friends. And then I get to that part. Well, I remember what I saw. I remember what happened. I remember what he was doing. So I can use my brain power to remind myself that now they're all telling him at the same time that they don't think there's going to be a carrot. So friends, when we reread our old favorites, we are going to look carefully at old favorites. And when you look carefully at them, we're going to look carefully at those pictures. We're going to use the pictures to remember what happened because our memory is a great thing. Our brains are working all the time, and these old favorites are becoming a part of us and a part of our heart. I hope you had fun with me today, and tomorrow we're going to learn a little bit more about how to reread those books more closely. Bye, friends.